Hi everybody, welcome to my channel Kamala Muntano Mleche, and on this channel is Kuluma reality TV shows and my celebrities and my YouTubers. So you guys, I did do a story where I was talking about this article that had come out talking about how the 5 million that went missing from the National Lotteries Commission went to Terry Peto, her sister, and this fashion designer called Thula Sindi, who is a friend of Terry Peto as well. Okay, it was being alleged that they distributed the money within themselves, and also they bought a farm through someone that used to be work at the Lotteries Commission. So now, you guys, I think this is quite funny that Thula Sindi, who is the fashion designer that has been accused of working with Terry Peto, is now seeking legal advice. I think it's funny because I'm like, why didn't you seek legal advice back then before you took the money? Because if you got a lawyer that is honest, they would have told you, guy, don't take this money because it will get you in trouble. Unless, of course, you also had corrupt lawyers who would be like, you know what, take the money, just give me a share. So this is what it says, because Thula says he is seeking legal advice. This is a story written by Usnazo Noto for Drum. So he says here, it is understandable. It's understandable why yellow may be a trigger for some these days. To others, the yellow infographics on the website of a special investigating unit signal that social media is about to become a very interesting place. National Lottery Commission heist has been a big news since a few popular celebrities were implicated in the misappropriation of funds. The NLC is suspected of a serious maladministration and corruption. The Asset Forfeiture Unit of the National Prosecuting Authority secured a preservation order after a special investigating unit was directed by the president to investigate certain specified matters listed in the proclamation of for the period of 2014 to now. This after the widespread corruption, fraud, theft, and contravention of the Lotteries Act were discovered by the SIU against the officials of the NLC and certain non-profit organizations who applied for the NLC grants and work in concert with each other to defraud the NLC. Prominent people and their families have been linked to the web of corruption, including Terry Peto, Arthur Mafugate, Terry Zosi Costa Presley, and most recently designer Thula Sindi, who is a close friend of Terry. Thula allegedly received 140,000 from the NLC approved grant of 5 million rand from Zigbix non-profit company for a chicken farm in December 2018. I still think this company name is very funny. The usually outspoken fashion designer had not publicly addressed the matter since news broke earlier this week. Approached for comment by Drum, he said, I'm consulting with my legal team and will respond in due course. Speaking to News 24 on Friday, Thula said that the probe was a sensationalist, malicious, and a harmful campaign against him. Oh, I don't think that's a right response. I don't think that's a right response. Okay, Cindy said that he had been a project consultant for the project for 12 months and charged the bare minimum for travel, printing, telephone, and research costs. He said he had often consulted with those in the business, charity, and creative space, and is well known within the community to offer his services. The news outlets reported, "I'm a simple person. I'm not greedy. I'm not a greedy person, and I detest corruption, as it is well known of me." He quoted as saying, "I have close to 20 years being an entrepreneur in the clothing manufacturing, retail, and business consultancy space. I have always conducted myself and held myself to the highest possible standard. It is such a cruel irony that my passion and diligence would land me in such a position." According to the SIU, the money was moved to 8 accounts, 2 of which belong to Terry Peto, a director of the company, his sister Dimakato Peto, and it is also alleged that to have benefited. And it has also been revealed that a farm was purchase for the benefit of Demarcato. Okay. So it says here, in the first phase of investigation, Peto's house, which is now bought by the new owners, was on auction according to the investigation unit. A continuation of implementation of the investigation outcomes and consequent management in order to either recuperate assets and financial losses sustained by the state institution to prevent additional losses. Okay, Presley company, South African Youth Movement, applied for grant funding on behalf of Presley. Guys, the Tsotsis in the Tsotsi movie are now real Tsotsis. The SIU investigation is still ongoing. Listen, you guys, I don't believe that this guy did not take this money, and I don't believe that this guy, if he took the money, was taking it for really like the work that he did, okay? Because it's a lot. What work did you do for 140,000 rands, and why did that money have to come from the National Lotteries Commission or National Lotteries Fund, whatever it's called? You know, I don't believe you, okay? And you know, the funny part about him is that there's posts of him, or should we say tweets, because it was still Twitter at the time. He used to tweet so much about how much he hates corruption. He was just investing so that one day when he's caught, he can come back and say, guys, listen, I hate corruption. I've always tweeted that I hate corruption. But yeah, guys, everything is alleged for now, I guess. But what I know about SIU is that they're not going to come after you unless they have their things together. So yeah, maybe it's a good thing for you to consult with the lawyers, but I do feel like he should have done that before he actually received that money. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegiona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginethanda kakhulu.